Good morning, Mrs. Mitchell's group. Today and this week, we're going to be looking at rounding. You're going to need some paper and a pencil to help you. First of all, we're going to think about rounding to 10. So when we look at a number and we want to round it to 10, we've got to decide, where does it go on a number line? Which 10 is it nearest to? So I've got the number 13 here. I know that this would be 12, this would be 11, and this would be 10. So I'm going to put my 10 in there. So I'd have 13, 12, 11, 10. And now I'm going to count up to get to my next 10, which is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So my next 10 would be 20. Let's work out where it goes. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's look at this next one. I've got 28 and I want to decide whether it's closest to 20 or whether it's closest to 30. So let's work out where 20 and 30 might go on this number line. So I'm going to start and count backwards. Here we go. 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. And now I'm going to count forwards. 28, 29, 30. So 28 is closest to 30 on my number line. So if I wanted to round 28 to the nearest 10, I'd round it up to 30. 13 rounded to the nearest 10 is rounded down to 10. 28 is rounded up to 30. So I've got three numbers here and I've got a little rhyme to help us. If I'm rounding to the nearest 10, then this is my target place, the tens place. But this digit here, the 7, is going to help me to decide whether I round it up to 50 or whether I round it down to 40. So whether I round it up to the next 10 or back to the previous 10. And the rhyme says, if the digit at the right hand side of my tens, if the digit in the ones place is a 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, then I round my number up the next 10, which would be 50. And if my digit is a 4, 3, 2, 1 or 0, I slide to the floor. I round it down to the 40. So looking at my number 47, if I rounded it to the nearest 10, I'd round it to 50. So have a go at the next two numbers here, 35 and 62. Remember, we're rounding to the nearest 10. So this is the place that we're rounding to, the tens place. So that means it will be a 30 or a 40, a 60 or a 70. And this digit here is the one that's going to help me to decide whether I round it to 30 or round it to 40, whether I round it to 60 or round the number to 70. Have a look, pause the video and have a go. So this number here is 35, so I need to decide, am I rounding it to 30 or rounding it up to 40? And this 5 digit is going to help me. My rhyme says 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, climb the vine. So I have to round this number up. And my next 10 is 40. So I've rounded it up to 40. Now I look at this number, 6 is in my tens place. So I'm rounding it down to 60, or I'm going to round the number up to 70. And my 2 is going to help me. And my rhyme says 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, slide to the floor. So this means I need to round my number to 60. Now we can do the same if we have a 3-digit number. I'm still looking at the tens place. And I need to decide whether I'm going to round my number down to 140 or whether I'm going to round it up to 150. I'm going to use my number line to help me first. So let's count down with my 140. Here we go. 146, 145, 144, 143, 142, 141, 140. Let's count up. 148, 149, 150. So 147 is nearest to 150 on my number line. And if you look at my number 147, if I want to round it to the nearest 10, this is the tens place. This is the tens place, which helps me decide whether I'm rounding it to 140 or I'm rounding it up to 150. And this is the digit that helps me. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 7 in there. Climb the vine. So my 140 rounds to 150, which is what we've got here on our number line. So to help us with our rounding, we need to be able to place the numbers carefully on a number line. Well, look at my first one here. I've got 28 and I've placed it really carefully near to the 30. And so I can say 28 to the nearest 10 is 30. Have a look at the numbers we've got here. I've got 32 to the nearest 10. I've found 32 on the number line. Which 10 is it nearest to? I'm going to ask you to pause the video and have a little go. Remember to write it down. Okay, children, how did you get on? Let's have a go. So 32 is closest to 30. So 32 would round to 30. 46 is closest to 50. So 46 would round to 50. 54 is closest to 50. So 54 would round to 50. 66 is closest to 70. So the nearest 10 to 66 is 70. And 71 over here is closer to 70 than it is to 80. So the nearest 10 to 71 is 70. And that's what we're doing when we're rounding. We're saying which 10 is the number nearest to. Try these on your own. Pause the video and have a go. Okay, so our first one is rounded to 90. Our next one is rounded to 90. Our next one is in the middle. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Climb the vine. So this one rounds to 50. Got 44. 44 rounds to 40. And 76 rounds to 80. Now you're going to try these on your own, but you need to remember to place the number on the number line first before you decide on the rounding. Have a little go. How did you get on? Let's place the number on the number line first. So 71 goes here and 88 goes here and 93 is 91, 2, 3 and 45 is right in the middle. 45, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, climb the vine. Okay, so 71 is closest to 70. 88 is closest to 90. 93 is closest to 90. And 45, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, climb the vine is closest to 50. So we've had a little practice, and now what I want you to do for the rest of our lesson today is to go onto this website. It's called Hungry Hamsters. No, I don't think you can go onto this website. We'll have to do it together. It's called Hungry Hamsters. Let's try it together. If you can get onto the Twinkle Go website, you'll find Hungry Hamsters on there. If not, we'll try and have a go together. Okay, we're going to help the carrot, we're going to help the hamsters by putting their food in the right bowls. We've got rounds to 20, rounds to 30, rounds to 40, 33, rounds to 30, 19, rounds to 20, 17, 20. Okay, children, so I got 48. Let's see if you can try. Go on the Twinkle website, go on the home learning page, find the Hungry Hamsters, see if you can beat my score of 48. Tomorrow, we're going to have a go at rounding by 10 to 10 again.